Good Friday to everybody. Alabama's first scrimmage of spring football in the books, and we're about to get down to the nuts and bolts of what happened on what is the hottest show in the streets, covering your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. But the show is not about me. The real star, Eli Walker, in the production studio, helping us out here. As always, we bring you the show, the Magic City of Birmingham. We stream this to you on YouTube. Speaking of a channel, you know what time it is, baby. Hit that subscribe button. Tap subscribe right now. Share the show. Get every friend, family member, diehard fan, casual fan. If you got an addiction to Alabama football, get to the channel right now. Hit subscribe. Tap that like button as well. Get those like numbers up. Give us that thumbs up right there. We're trying to get this show 50 likes out the gate to start it. We appreciate you guys. That daily super chat goal, $100 daily. Super chat goal, $100 right there. We appreciate you. And continue to also hit that notification bell so that way you miss nothing when it comes to your Bama football. People, we got a lot to get into from the first scrimmage. Coach Saban loving the intensity, loving the fire, loving the hitting, loving what's going on. Kind of got that culture back of make them quit inside the program. So a lot of stuff we're going to dive into. But we want you being a part of the action. Do this by calling 205-448-1358. The number to call in to let your voice be made known, 205-448-1358. And one more time, 205-448-1358. Want to hear from you. But Eli, without further ado, let's get started here. Bama having its first spring scrimmage of practice at Bryant-Denny. Coach Saban talked to reporters afterwards, and the number one thing that's on everybody's mind, the quarterback race, quarterback competition battle between Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson. From one Nick Saban, both quarterbacks played well. Both quarterbacks equally did it strong, equally did exceptional. Both quarterbacks showed out in the first scrimmage here of spring practice. Coach Saban had nothing but good things to say about both guys. They both managed the offense, both got the football down the field, both maneuvered the team, both made explosive plays. Saban was pleased with both guys. So right now, the race still even. Nobody has really separated themselves yet, according to sources I got a chance to speak with there at the scrimmage. Was told both guys, Milroe and Simpson, had multiple touchdown passes. Both guys threw for multiple scores. So this is big here when you look at this quarterback race. And what's intriguing here, the job Tommy Rees is doing as the offensive coordinator. One source in particular told me Rees is really teaching, developing these quarterbacks, right? He's teaching these guys. Remember, both quarterbacks don't have just a ton of experience, so they have a clean slate working with the new offensive coordinator in Tommy Rees. And what Rees is doing, he's teaching the offense. He is developing these guys step by step, precept by precept, way by way, having both of these guys understand what he wants from them in terms of his system and his philosophy. And Rees's teaching mentality, both guys have taken to it strongly. Both guys have taken to it well. Rees is saying, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to develop you, and whichever one of you wants to separate by latching on to what I'm putting out there. And it goes back to what I've said before, Eli. When you have an offensive mind that is getting this respect early from veteran players, it means something. When you have an offensive play caller and quarterback developer getting the love, the respect, the admiration early from veteran guys and coaches, it means something. You see the likes of J.C. Latham saying, I love Tommy Rees. I'm loving our offensive coordinator. I'm loving our guy already. He's got us bought into the organization, bought into the execution. This guy knows what he's doing. Then you look at Ja'Cory Brooks, veteran receiver, that says, hey, our offense looks good. Our OC got that swag. Our OC got that confidence, man. He can relate to us. Like, you're seeing this from veteran guys talking early. And now Nick Saban, the CEO, if you will, he says today, I love Tommy Rees. Tommy's doing a great job with our offense. Our players love Tommy, the way he's able to put formations and schemes and stuff together. It's incredible. Our offensive line is doing a great job. We have several ways we can run the football now. I am very pleased with our offense. I am very pleased with Tommy Rees. So the head honcho Nick Saban is saying, I love myself some Tommy Rees. And now you got veteran players. I love myself some Tommy Rees. Saban, understanding quickly, I hit a home run. Parting ways from Bill O'Brien at the nick of time. Getting Tommy Rees in here, who is better suited for this offense, for these players, and for this team. And Tommy Rees truly developing these quarterbacks. So when one of these two separates, the one who separates is going to be the real deal. The reason why, Tommy Rees is truly teaching and developing this position. Both guys played well in the first scrimmage. Both guys, multiple touchdown passes. It's about to get really, really fun now. We take our first break here on the show, folks. Don't touch that dial. We're just getting started. When we get back, we go to the phone lines. We grab your calls, your thoughts, your conversations. It's on you. You light us up on a Friday after this.
Nine players have teamed up and released the Alabama Team Paper, which is a video yearbook they've put out for sale direct to fans. Now, for the first time, small dollar purchases from the fans can support the players as a group as well as a great cause, because $1 of every subscription payment is donated to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Be a 5-star fan base and support your team and a great cause with Team Paper. Check it out at teampaper.com/Alabama.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just one bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit Emily'sHeirloomPoundCakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at Emily'sHeirloomPoundCakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
All right, folks, we're back to the action from the break, rocking and rolling on a Friday, TGIF edition of this Good Friday. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA, giving you all the insight from Alabama's first scrimmage of spring practice. Continue tapping that like button, giving us that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, making this your show. Gotta shout out J.D. Long with that $9.99 in the Super Chats. All donations welcome and appreciated. We thank you guys. We go to the phone lines to grab your calls. The call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. Number to call in, 205-448-1358. We grab this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hi, my name is Tyler Reeves. I'm calling in from Enterprise, Alabama.
What's going on?
Not much. Hey, this is my first time calling on the show. I've been a long time listener. I just never had a chance to tap into these phone lines, and I'm ready to talk some Alabama football.
Absolutely, Tyler. So what's on your mind right now, man?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say, I'm very excited about Tommy Rees being an addition to the coaching staff at Alabama, as I'm sure many are. As a football coach myself, you understand the kind of the ins and outs of the game. Excuse me, I had a little tongue tied there. But you understand what Tommy Rees brings to the table in that when over the years we've seen the game of college football transform into this, sideline to sideline, vertical passing game kind of game. And when you've seen the downgrade of the size and the center of certain positions, like the inside linebacker positions, like the defensive ends, like the outside linebackers, now teams are kind of going backwards or de-evolving, but it's evolving at the same time to where now you're able to see teams get in these 12 personnel, 22 personnel, 21 personnel, and teams are having harder times of stopping it because you no longer have those 260 Miami 4-3 middle linebackers that can come in and break face masks anymore. And so I think that all those attributes to his mind for the game, when you look across the state line at Georgia, who really did not have any superstars aside from Brock Bowers, that what they were able to do just by simply being physical and using the evolution of the game of football to your advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why you look at this right here, Tyler. I look at Coach Saban. He's turning the clock back here on this Alabama football program in a sense of having this group back physical, back mean, back nasty, while at the same time, having balance there in the offense where the run and pass game is concerned. And that's why Tommy Rees is in here to infuse that balance.
Yeah, absolutely. And, but here's the one thing I've learned as a football coach in my time, when you get to springtime, what ends up happening, a lot of people get really excited. Those who are excited that the offense is doing well, they're going to be sitting there a little bit, mad because all of a sudden they're hearing defense is giving up big plays. And so now everyone's going to be bad-mouthing, the defense. But what they have to understand is everything's ebb and flow. The offense had the advantage today. You put the scrimmage under a different set of circumstances and the defense will probably rise up but that's a good thing. If you're constantly seeing that ebb and flow, as long as one side is not consistently dominating the scrimmages, then the team is getting better per competition, and competition is what breeds success for a championship program.
Absolutely, Tyler. And to your point there, Coach Saban mentioned today the reason why the defense gave up so many explosive plays. A lot of guys were out. Kool-Aid McKinstry did not scrimmage. Chris Braswell was out. Deontay Lawson, Dallas Turner, those guys have been out all spring. They were out. Justin Boygby only played on third down. So quite a few of your veteran guys did not scrimmage. They were out. And when you're playing young players, it allows your offense to maybe take advantage of those young guys a bit. So when you get the guys back that are out, it will make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Steven, thank you for having me on today. I really appreciate it, and I hope to be back in touch again sometime in the future.
Absolutely. My man Tyler calling out of Enterprise right there to start the show. And Coach Saban did make that announcement today in his press conference. Several veteran guys defensively did not scrimmage. They were out. Reason why the defense gave up explosive plays there. So when those guys do return, then you will see a difference made there. We'll take this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hey, how you doing today, Steve? This is Rambo calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Rambo, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, my brother, man? I only really got two questions. I ain't going to really take up too much time. I know there's a lot of callers waiting in, so I'm going to get right to it. The first thing I want to say is a lot of our talent is waiting under the wings, and a lot of them that's taking up all the space is the older guys. The older guys really taking up space, and I've never seen, Nick Saban pulling the plug so late on the oldest guys. He always, when the guys, whoever, no matter whether you're a senior or a freshman, when you start messing up, he pull you. And that's why I'm glad that we got a young OC, because an older OC like Bill O'Brien, when they get stuck in their ways, they see it does not work, they still keep banging their head against the brick wall. Young OCs, when they see that, they develop the quarterbacks. They become cool with the quarterbacks. They become quarterback gurus. Most of them are young guys, and they get along with the younger kids. With the old ones, they're worried about their playbook, and just worried about getting the play done correctly, not building a bond with the players to help build his confidence. You can't only coach the kid, you have to build his confidence up also. So I believe in young OCs and I believe in older DCs because I feel like you have to have the experience as a defensive coordinator to be seen a lot of teams like Nick Saban. Nick Saban has seen a lot of different formations. He's seen a lot of people try to do the different things against Alabama. So with that, I don't really care about a young DC or old DC, but I would prefer an older DC because he's seen more and he do switch it up like a young OC because he see what's going on and he try to figure out best way for the defense. I feel like Pete, everyone knows, you got 5 years and you never did it. You never had an elite defense. And the last thing I just wanted to say is I'm glad that he got Tommy Rees. I'm cool with Tommy Rees. I like Tommy Rees, and I see that a lot of powerhouse schools tried to get him. But he said no when he came to Alabama. So I heard that like at least 5 or 6 D1 powerhouse schools tried to get him. And he came home to Nick Saban. So those my only 2 things. Like the OC with the changing with Tommy Rees, he changes during the game. You know what I'm saying? He don't stay stuck in his ways. So we keeping up with the teams or keeping up with the philosophy of what we need to be doing during the game besides not staring at something that doesn't work. And the last thing I wanted to say was just the older players. Like, I wanted to get your information when you hang up on me about Justin Smith. I've been hearing about that defensive lineman, Justin, the 5-star recruit. I wonder will he get in there like Jaheim Otis because that's what we need. All those defensive linemen been there, but no one hasn't popped yet. And thank you for taking my call, Steven.
Appreciate Rambo calling in from Atlanta. I think he's referring to James Smith, the big defensive lineman. We'll get into him just in a moment because he did some stuff in this first scrimmage that has a lot of people excited about him. But absolutely, what Rambo was saying, I do prefer the older defensive coordinator because he's seen a lot of things, and I prefer the younger OC. I've said this before. When players talk about you early, it's a good sign. Players talked about Lane Kiffin early. They talked about Steve Sarkisian early. We didn't see much talk about Bill O'Brien. Tommy Rees out the gate, you are seeing. J.C. Latham, I love him. Ja'Cory Brooks, he got that swag. And now Nick Saban. Tommy's doing a great job. Our players love him. Love the scheme, love the formation, love what he's doing. We got different ways we can run the football. We can create explosive plays. Here's the balance. People are talking about Tommy Rees. And what does that mean? He is creating an impact out the gate. And that's what you want. Same thing with Kevin Steele. He's creating an impact out the gate, and that's what you want. Appreciate Rambo there from Atlanta for that call. We take this one. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hey, this is Corey calling from Trustful, Alabama.
How are we doing, Corey, on a Friday?
I'm doing great. A couple of things I want to know here. And this may be tough to get info on, but how did the special teams look today? Because no, we got our all-world great kicker and Will Reichert, and we had James Burnip, and I guess Kool-Aid McKinstry was doing punt return. Well, no, he wasn't. He probably will be, but got some other people experimenting at punt return and kick return.
Well, Corey, that's a great question. Will Reichert's actually gotten stronger with his leg, so he may have another perfect season this year. Reichert had a good scrimmage. James Burnip is back as the punter. We saw him do some good things last year, making that improvement, so he's back. In terms of kickoff return and punt return, like you mentioned, Bama's got several guys that can do that. I would imagine punt return, Kool-Aid McKinstry would be the first guy, but Emmanuel Henderson can do it. You got Isaiah Bond who can do it. Kobe Prentice can do it. Kendrick Law can do it. I mean, a freshman like a Jaron Hamilton could do it. A Jalen Hale could do it. It just comes down to which guy has Saban the most comfortable and the most confident that he can catch the ball cleanly, feel the ball, not muff the ball or drop the ball, and then once you catch it cleanly, your vision to see it and take it to the house, or see it, set the blockers up, and make explosive plays with that. So Kool-Aid McKinstry will be the number one option, absolutely, but there are several guys that can do it. The big question, Corey, is who earns Coach Saban's trust in catching the ball cleanly, and then once you judge the balance of the ball and you get it cleanly, have the presence of mind and the spatial awareness to take off with it.
When you look at this offense, and like I said, we're still in spring, but a lot of people look at Tommy Rees and look at Notre Dame, and it was tight end, three tight ends. It was running the ball and some passing, but I think you and I can make an agreement that he has more toys to play with, more talented toys to play with, and more options because Alabama has more talent than Notre Dame. And it's not just 3 yards in the cloud desk because he will incorporate some RPO, but like you've been saying and a lot of us have been saying, that physicalness, that nastiness, what we've been getting back to, because what Alabama has been lacking in a lot of ways is just bleeding out the clock and putting the game away in the fourth quarter, and some of it has to do with penalties, but just finishing games. I mean, and that's where I think that will help, and also defensively too, is just getting that aggressiveness back. Because you and I both know that Alabama's best when they bloody people's nose and make them like it. Because that's where I think we've seen Alabama win a national title when they're just mean and nasty.
Well, Corey, that's the reason why Saban made both of these hires, and Tommy Rees and Kevin Steele. Tommy Rees first, in the sense of, like you mentioned, bleed the clock. The fourth quarter, pound with the run game, bleed the clock, take control of the game. Tommy Rees is not going to only just have 12 personnel and using 2 and 3 tight ends and run the football, but he's also going to have play-action pass where everybody can be involved. The tight ends can be involved. The receivers can be involved. The running backs can be involved. So what Rees is doing, he's showing you the physicality from a standpoint of the offensive line can bloody up an opposing defensive front's nose and run the football, but also have those explosive offensive plays where you're taking play-action pass shots, you're taking deep post pattern shots, you're taking time and route shots, you're having those screen passes mixed in there. You're doing those things. And then defensively, Kevin Steele, you're getting off the field on third down because that's what Alabama had an issue with last year, not being able to consistently get off the field on third down and get your defense to the sideline, and Kevin Steele is going to bring that back into the picture.
Doesn't both these coordinator hires also help with discipline? Because last year we were so horrible penalty-wise. Doesn't the identity of the offense and the identity of the defense help from a discipline standpoint, bring more discipline back to the program on the field?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, with Tommy Rees, especially offensive line, Tommy Rees and Eric Wolford, O-line coach, those two are going to cut down a lot of those false start penalties, a lot of those holding penalties. That's going to cut that down from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, Kevin Steele being an old school guy, a teacher, a technically sound guy, no nonsense guy, that's going to cut down a lot of those defensive penalties. Now, yes, you may still have a hiccup here and there because football's a physical game. You're trying to gain leverage. You're trying to gain momentum. So, of course,
I know people question Tommy Rees because of the Notre Dame, but I think once he gets his hands on this offense and once Kevin Steele gets the full complement of the defense, I think that we're in for a really good season. And I hope you have a great Easter weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you, Corey. Corey from Trustville calling in right there on the show. We take this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Yes, my name is Kyle. I'm from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Kyle, what's happening, man?
Oh, not a whole lot.
What's on your mind, Kyle?
I just heard you mention the injuries on the defense. Did he give any updates of injuries on the offense?
No injuries on the offense that Saban talked about. He mentioned all defensive guys. Now, I know earlier in the spring he said that Roydell Williams would be able to do some things in spring practice, but Roydell did scrimmage today. He went through the whole scrimmage, so no injuries offensively at this point. Defensively, just some guys were out. Kool-Aid McKinstry had a personal thing that he had to take care of, which he did. Saban mentioned the first week of spring ball that Deontay Lawson and Dallas Turner, 2 linebackers, were recovering from surgeries. They would miss the whole spring. Chris Braswell did not scrimmage today. He was out. Saban did not give a reason as to why he was out, but he was out. But, it's spring, so this gives young guys a chance to step up and have an opportunity. But all of these guys will be back definitely for summer workouts and fall camp.
Okay. That's what I was hoping for, man. I just hope we get these injuries cleared up so our defense can be top notch. And that's really all I had questions about.
Absolutely, Kyle. They're calling out of Mississippi, but yeah, I mean, all the guys that were out for the scrimmage, you can expect to see those guys back. Summer workouts, fall camp. I mean, Kool-Aid McKinstry will be back more than likely the next scrimmage, A-Day game. Chris Braswell could be back next scrimmage, A-Day game. Deontay Lawson, Dallas Turner, they'll be good to go. Summer workouts, fall camp. So the defense is going to be fine. Some guys nicked up, banged up, and this gives a lot of young guys a chance to get reps in, get valuable reps, learn the playbook, learn the philosophy, learn the system. So that's a good thing there. But as you guys are continuing to get calls in, 205-448-1358, the number to let your voice be made known, 205-448-1358. Eli, we got an awesome call topic, and it involves one, Tua Tagovailoa, who Tua got that physique going, showcasing that new body. Tua letting us know, hey, I ain't finna get hurt no more. There was a video that surfaced on Twitter. Tua's chest, upper body, more definition, got more bulk on that. Lower body, thicker, more definition, more bulk in his legs. His arms look like tanks as he's throwing the ball to wide receivers. Tua's building himself to where, hey, I'm not going to deal with these injuries no more. The Dolphins have exercised the 5th-year option of my rookie contract. Mike McDaniel believes in me. This front office believes in me. I'm going to repay the favor by keeping myself healthy. He mentioned he was working with judo and jiu-jitsu, different forms of mixed martial arts to properly fall to the ground. And now working out with receivers, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and others, bulking up the body, putting on muscle mass. Chest, upper body, more defined. Lower body, bulked up. Good news there for Tua. Because when he's healthy, he do some stuff. Hopefully, and that's the main thing. Have him healthy a whole season. We take a break right here, folks. When we get back, we dive into other players, positional groups that showed out in the first scrimmage. We'll discuss it after this.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full-year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
This is Matt Caddell, former Alabama wide receiver, and you're listening to In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith with Touchdown Alabama Magazine. And I got 2 words to say, baby. Roll Tide.
Well, folks, we're back into the action from the break on a Friday. A good Friday it is, Easter weekend. TGIF edition of the show, hottest show on the streets, bringing you your Bama football news. Got the man Eli Walker in the production studio. Yours truly, Stephen Smith. Continue tapping that like button, hitting that subscribe button. Daily Super Chat goal, $100. Daily Super Chat goal, $100 right there. We appreciate you guys. We're back into this conversation, Eli. After talking quarterbacks in the first segment, we get into other positional groups, other players that stood out, made some noise in the first game-like practice of spring football. And first and foremost, out the gate, I mean, the entire wide receiver room looked great out there. According to Coach Saban, Jermaine Burton, Ja'Cory Brooks, Isaiah Bond, Kobe Prentice, they all did well. They all performed well. They all made some big plays out there. And this is a wide receiver unit that has locked in. They want to be ride-outs for real. All of them did well. But sources in particular told me, Steven, nobody can stop Malik Benson. The JUCO from Hutchinson Community College in Kansas is an absolute stud. Straight up baller. Like, no one can stop this kid. No one can stop this dude. I mean, we've seen Eli. We've seen transfer wide receivers come to Alabama and make a name for themselves. We saw it with Richard Mullaney, 2015. We saw it with Garrett Dieter, 2016. We saw it with Jamison Williams, 2021. Is Malik Benson about to be the next one? It looked like it. The young man from Hutchinson, he told our own Justin Smith, director of scouting and recruiting here at TDA, I'm a mixture of Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, and Jamison Williams, and right now the young brother's living up to it. Because what I was told verbatim, sources right there, Johnny on the spot, on the scene, nobody can stop Malik Benson. They can't contain him. This guy may be the wide receiver one that Alabama's been looking for. He might be it. But all the receivers did well. Every receiver did their thing. But from what I spoke to, this cat right here, Malik Benson, nobody's stopping this dude. The number one guy that stood out there. Moving on from that to, we look at the tight end room. Tight end room's getting some love. Tommy Reese utilizing those tight ends. I was told Miles Kinselman, who has potential to be a strong pass catcher, was not asked to do it in JUCO, was asked to be more of a blocking tight end. But Miles Kinselman did some good things from a receiving standpoint in the first scrimmage. But not just Kinselman. How about Amari Nyblack? He made some plays out there, and Nyblack, the athletic tight end that Bama recruited, 2022 class, that people are saying, I'm ready to see him. Nyblack, who looks like if Kyle Pitts and Irv Smith Jr. had a baby, there's Amari Nyblack. Both of those two. Very good scrimmage. Tommy Reese utilizing the tight ends, getting them involved, getting the ball in their hands, having them make some plays. This is nice right here. It's nice when you're able to use the tight end. So tight end stepped up there in the first scrimmage. But moving on to defense, and the first defensive name I'm pulling out, Big James Smith, the bully from Carver High School in Montgomery. He is turning heads in spring. He turned the heads in the first scrimmage. I was told an absolute monster, man-child bully. They're not going to be able to keep him off the field. I was told James Smith is looking to be a co-starter at nose tackle with Jaheim Otis. As of right now, he's the number 2 nose guard behind Otis, but he's looking to be a co-starter with Otis. James Smith ain't no joke. Our own Justin Smith, director of scouting and recruiting, spent a lot of time at Carver High School. He spent a lot of time scouting out James Smith. Bully. I remember during his recruitment process, James Smith was talking about, man, all I want to do, man, is just hit somebody in the face. Man, I'm aggressive, man, I'm physical. I just want to hit somebody in the face. That's all that James Smith was talking. And now, starting to bring that to the forefront. Your eyes on Smith as he continues to grow. Tim Keenan III did some good things out there. He'll have a role, Tim Keenan. But what I was told, James Smith, no tackle, bully, turning heads out there. Moving to the next level of the defense, the linebacker position. More importantly, inside linebacker. Bama's inside linebacker room, physical, fierce, deep. You got, with Deontay Lawson out right now, recovering from the surgery. He'll be back. Summer workouts, fall camp. He'll get a lot of burn there playing in this upcoming season. But Kendrick Blackshire, Tresman Marshall, Jihad Campbell, those three went off in the first scrimmage. This is the reason why competition is big. You want competition all over the room. You want competition everywhere. You're getting it here with this defense. Jihad, Tresman Marshall and Kendrick Blackshire, neck and neck. They both ripped it up this first scrimmage, neck and neck. Blackshire did some things. Tresman Marshall, coming over from Georgia, did some things. Bringing that toughness, that nasty, that killer mentality over from Georgia, but he got from Kirby Smart. Tresman Marshall was bringing that thing right in the Tuscaloosa. And he did some stuff in this first scrimmage, right along with Kendrick Blackshire. Jihad Campbell, keep your eyes on him. They're not going to be able to keep this brother off the field. He did some stuff in this first scrimmage too. Making tackles, flying around, shooting gaps, lateral quickness. He got it. He got it. Sean Murphy, it's like he shot out of a cannon. Very explosive, lateral quickness. He could be a situational linebacker. You bring him in the dime package. You bring him in some nickel looks. Sean Murphy can be a situational guy. The same thing with Justin Jefferson, the JUCO linebacker. Speed like none other. You could bring him in some situational packages. I've been told Bama could legitimately play 4 to 5 linebackers. Legitimately play that. They're just too talented inside. But right now, Blackshire, Marshall, Campbell, physical, fierce, thumping, lateral quickness. They brought something today in that first scrimmage, those three. Murphy, situational with his speed and quickness. Same with Justin Jefferson. This inside linebacker room. Kevin Steele, Robert Bama. They doing some stuff. That's all I can say. They doing some stuff. Continuing here, the Alabama defense, we go to the Alabama secondary where this versatile secondary's got some moving pieces. This versatile depth, it's got some moving pieces. They've been mentioned today. Terrion Arnold, holding serve so far at that other corner position opposite Kool-Aid. Though Kool-Aid didn't scrimmage today, some young guys got a chance to scrimmage there at corner. One of those young guys, Antonio Kite, Spooty Kite, heard from a source, hey, Spooty Kite, pretty good out there in that first scrimmage. But Earl Little II, pride of American Heritage High School down there in Florida. Father played 9 years in the NFL. High school coach, Patrick Surtain Sr. Earl Little got work at Star in that nickel package today in the first scrimmage. Earl Little did some good things out there, y'all. Earl looked good out there. So Earl got a look there at Star. Malachi Moore got a look at safety. Big for him. Malachi, who turned heads as a freshman, 2020. 6 pass breakups, 3 interceptions. fumble return for a touchdown. Got a lot of individual accolades. Helped Alabama to a national championship in 2020. Went through some injuries. Last season, did have 31 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 5 pass breakups, returned to block punt for a touchdown. But now, fully healthy, fully good to go, whole lot of knowledge, whole lot of experience. Malachi's working at safety. This is big here. His senior year at Hewitt-Trussville High School here in Alabama, played safety. Caleb Downs, Saban really loving him. Got a lot of reps. Caleb Downs, 5-star from Georgia. 6 feet, 205 pounds. He could be a strong safety, y'all. If Malachi's at free, Caleb Downs can play strong safety, y'all. I'm just saying. This secondary has a lot of moving parts. If Terrion Arnold holds firm as the other corner, Earl Little plays star, you would have Malachi and Caleb Downs as your 2 safeties. As your dime backer, that could be what? Eli Christian Story? Christian will be your dime backer, your money backer. That's a pretty darn good secondary if you ask me. But that's how you're looking there in the secondary. Multiple moving pieces here. Varus Robinson doing a great job with that group. Moving on here to the offensive line. And this is Darian Dalcourt time. Darian Dalcourt has found his role. It's took him a while, but he's found his role. He looks the part as an offensive guard. I was told by one source in particular, he's bulked up, he's beefed up, he looks nasty as an offensive guard. Now, can he hold it though? That's the question. Can he hold it? He came in 2019 from Maryland, 4-star, as a top guard/center prospect. And Bama's been trying him at center for the longest time. Maybe that just wasn't his spot. Guard seems to be his spot. He mentioned in player interviews this week, injuries have kind of held him back from being all he wants to be. Now fully healthy, taking the cues from Eric Wolford in his second year as O-line coach. Bringing back that nasty on this offensive line. Dalcourt starting to look the part there at that guard position. Right now, what I've been told, the offensive line from left to right is what it looks like. Elijah Pritchett at left tackle. Not J.C. Latham. Pritchett at left tackle. Dalcourt at left guard. Seth McLaughlin, center. Right guard, Tyler Booker. Right tackle, J.C. Latham. So it looks like the right side of an offensive line has the 2 bookend guys from IMG. That being Tyler Booker and J.C. Latham. Looking very interesting. This is looking very interesting right now. Finally, all the running backs looked good. They've been very happy with that position. But a source told me Justice Haynes, the freshman, young boy went crazy. Young boy ran wild. He told me verbatim, Justice Haynes had 3 rushing touchdowns. 2 of them were on explosive runs. The freshman from Buford High School in Georgia could have a say in this rotation. But that's just some of the other guys at other positions that stood out from the first scrimmage. We take another break here, folks. Don't touch that dial. When we get back, we return to the phone lines. We grab your phone calls, your thoughts, your conversations. We're back to you right after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care. In support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
How are we doing, people? We're back rocking and rolling into the action from the break on the hottest show in these streets, talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Got the veteran in the room. My man Eli Walker in the production studio. Continue tapping the like button, hitting that subscribe button, making this your show to talk Bama football. We go to the phone lines right now to grab your calls. The call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205 for It Hurts. Being all three great men's basketball assistant coaches. Wish the best for them. Hopefully they continue to have success where they go to. But Nate Oates, one thing we know for sure, he's on that recruiting trail, and he's going to get guys in this program that can get these guys to the Elite Eight, Final Four, college basketball. Shouts out to Coach Hodgson. Do your thing, brother. Coach Pett, Ruby Red shoes for life, baby. Go make things happen at Kennesaw State. That's where Antoine Petway is headed. Just hurts, Eli. I mean, I'm gonna need a Puffs Plus tissue after this. Hurts, but that's what happens, man. When you start winning and you start having success, people come and poach your program trying to figure out where's the secret sauce. What happens, man? It's how the ball kind of bounces sometimes. But cool call topic here, Eli. We got Cameron Latu, former Alabama tight end, looking to make some waves in that National Football League, the upcoming NFL draft, April 25th to the 27th. Latu visited with the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers in his draft process. We'll see what team he goes to. I kind of got him pegged between the second and the third round. He'll come off the board between the second and third round. Started off his career at Alabama as an outside linebacker, moved over to tight end. Had a good career as a tight end. Did some good stuff. Got the size, got some speed, got some hands on him. 6'5", 250 pounds. So we'll see where Latu ends up in the league, but did visit with the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, so happens. Take our final break here on the show. Don't touch that down. When we get back, we tidy up loose ends with discussing how Nick Saban is turning back the clock in terms of getting back to the college football playoff, winning a national championship for 2023. We'll discuss it after that.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide. Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
Well, folks, we appreciate all of you for all the calls, donations, chats, conversations. You making this your spot to talk Bama football on a Friday. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Happy to have you guys here. We wrap things up with this conversation. Coach Saban starting to turn back that clock in terms of getting back to the college football playoff, trying to win a national championship. What I was told from the first scrimmage and throughout the spring, Saban ain't playing, man. Saban ain't playing. He has seen Kirby Smart win the last 2 championships over there at Georgia. And while he appreciates what Kirby has done, while he likes what Kirby has done, we all know Saban is uber competitive. He is highly disappointed with what took place the last 2 years, which is the reason why he is instituting that make them quit culture back into the program. We've seen him do it with the coaching hires he's made. Bringing in Tommy Rees offensively, Kevin Steele defensively, Clinton Dix in a support staff role, Hardin Harper in a support staff role, Ken Wisenhunt as a special assistant. Like, Saban has made these moves to ensure, hey, a third year of not winning a national championship will not happen. Bama's getting it done this fall. Saban's made these moves because he knows I'm not trying to play second fiddle to Kirby Smart. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. He has turned the clock back. We're seeing physicality. We're seeing fights happening at practices again. We're seeing toughness. We're seeing what early Saban did for Alabama football. That's what we're seeing. And that's exactly what you want to see. He's got the culture of the program back to where he wants it to be. This is huge. This is big. This is good. And we're all going to see this. Bird's eye view, the A-Day game coming up here Saturday, April 22nd. But we'll see it even more. Summer workouts, fall camp, this upcoming season in the fall. But Saban had to do this. He had to. Should he have made these moves last year? Oh, absolutely. But at least he caught it at the nick of the last second of time. He got this done like Steph Curry throwing up a prayer with 0.2 of a second on the shot clock trying to beat the buzzer. That's what Nick Saban did. Brought in Tommy Rees, brought in Kevin Steele, brought in Robert Bama, brought in all these guys because he knows if I'm going to get this culture back to where I want it to be, if I'm going to undercut Kirby Smart and stop all of Georgia's momentum, it's got to happen now. And the sense of urgency for Coach Saban has taken shape. And I'm here for it. And I'm ready for it. He's turning back that clock, people. And it started this spring. It starts big time this upcoming season. Folks, as always, you want the best in news, notes, information, coverage, entertainment on your favorite program, that being your Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store. If you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you got the Android phone. For your audio needs, check us out. iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered right there. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll try to be back on Monday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. Remember, Bama fans, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Have those sent to your door. That link found in the description. If you're trying to get your hands on the fresh edition, print edition of TDA the magazine, here's what you do. You go to touchdownalabama.com. You click join, become a member and or a subscriber today. That link in the description as well. Gotta shout out you guys, the amazing fans of Bama football, for all the calls, super chats, chat line conversations. You making this your show, your space to talk Alabama football. Gotta shout out my man Eli Walker, hold it down in the production studio here on a Friday. Enjoy your Easter weekend, people. Enjoy that time, family, friends. Christ Jesus, reason for the Easter season right there. And as always, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, you guys continue doing the right thing, fine thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing too. not be bored there. Get yourself those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself, you protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith, and you've been listening to In My Own Words.